Good morning, folks. Starting with the hands up, Ban Ki-moon pushing the green agenda one day ahead of the U.S. climate group's meeting set to bolster action to fight global warming. Yeah, I'm fighting global warming too. Folks, it's now been 40 days since my speech at the conference, and the best argument we've heard against the patterns shown debunking that climate lie is, quiet, the science is settled. Haven't heard a word about any facts or the ineptitude of computer models to accurately predict climate change since they began. Not a word about the IPCC reviewers, officials, and top PhDs beginning to swing the opposite direction on climate change. If you are new here, folks, the planet is changing. Climate change is real. It's just not what Man-Bear-Pig says it is, and if not for the single most expensive propaganda push ever, this revelation would be old news. Right into it, shall we? Southeast Australia, is it cold enough for you? The statistics say this is one of the colder starts to the southern winter, especially in your area. Meanwhile, the rain is way west and east over New Zealand. Mediterranean low kept at it the last day, dropping flash floods in Italy. My focus is turning now to the North Atlantic system. They tease and tease, don't they? Might not be able to avoid them up north today, though. Got labels here because you aren't used to seeing this humidity overlay. Yesterday we focused on the Pacific low with the U.S.-Canada border, and that was the place to watch all right. Moisture spun up over land weakly there, but with a convergence in the center that will play a bit more tonight north of the cell. Might see lightning in my neck of the woods in central Ohio. Solar wind telemetry. We got calm last night, but took another little interplanetary shock this morning. This caused a dip in the instability in our magnetosphere, but which is coming back now after the last shockwave. Solar flaring remains low. We get impulsive events, but nothing much. If the silence of these monsters here isn't indicative of a pending grand minimum, then I don't know what is. Minor proton concern with limb flaring there. We even finally formed a delta spot at the eldest group on the disk, the most quiet thus far, and without any major size or mixing incoming from the next set of spots. We don't yet have a good look at the beasts incoming up north, already the largest individual umbra on the disk in the lead. Probably will be our top flare threat soon. The coronal holes facing Earth today and the coming week are of tremendous power. We have a negative force down south with a positive force up north. Our earthquake conditions jumped up again last night. Meanwhile, the big six we showed yesterday morning was followed by multiple smaller but still significant tremors from the same Southwest Pacific location north to Japan and west to China. The coronal holes will be most geo-effective tonight through Thursday, then their solar wind streams begin to approach Earth by the weekend. It was a calm Earth-facing disk the last 24 hours, but there are two eruptive notes. The left burst that came later was from a sunspot group that will turn to face Earth soon, seen here on Stereo B. The other was featured in last night's evening news. A twisting filament left the sun on a perfect Birkeland current. The helicity or vortex shape to the connection here should be easily visible as the plasma spins heading away from our star. Look at that swing round of the actual filament. This is the true nature of CMEs, and the answer to one of the most asked questions we get here. Why do they censor so many SOHO sequences? This universe is electric. Current conditions and shots of our star to close. Eyes open, no fear at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.